Check my levels. How are my levels? Sweet. Welcome to Love Uninterrupted. I am Love. If you are new, thank you for being here. And if you are returning, happy to talk to you again. Here's a morning message that I have for you. You are currently experiencing some sort of transition, which is simply the passage from one stage to another. Right now, this transition could be mild, could mildly, I should say, affect your life, or it could be a deep transition that's happening right now. But the transition and the frequency of transition here, because we're not only talking about the transition that's happening in your life, but we're actually talking about a frequency that you are currently in. And this implies a change of some sort. Now, for most of us, change is challenging. We don't like change. We want things to stay the same. We want to be in our comfort zones and our bubbles and whatever we have already created as status quo for us. But that is not the type of world, existence, reality that we live in. Change is necessary. It is certain. But it also allows us, because it is necessary, because it is certain, because we know that it happens, we can count on, if we can't count on anything, we can count on change. What we know, or what's beneficial, is that these changes, these transitions, allow us to come out of old habits, old patterns, old ways of life, old realities, and make room for new to occur. And that's what this frequency of transition is bringing here. Now, there's a number, the number 7, that stands out. So that may be significant for you if you are a person that is connected to numerology or utilizes numerology for additional messages. You may want to look at the frequency or the meaning of that number. But things are moving right now and things are shifting. And right now you may not feel clear. Now, with this card is the message of death, which we all know as a form of transition, right? The physical death of our bodies. And this is something that a lot of us fear, but again, if we think about this frequency of transition, even physical death is simply a perception of our ending. Our physical body may end, but us as a consciousness does not. So just consider that when you're thinking about this frequency. Again, this frequency supports your deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives. It helps you to surrender. It helps you let go. It helps you to move through the process of transition, move through the process of change. Now, with this message also came with a message of delight. 10 being the number on that card. And this message, to me, both of these messages coming out together, says that even in the midst of this transition, even in the midst of this change, even in the midst of being maybe forced out of your comfort zone, you have the ability to find joy, to find delight in your experiences. This frequency supports your capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. So even though you may be going through a transition, and it's interesting the difference in the images here. The transition is one, it's very dark, almost black, but not quite black, but black and blue and deep purples. But the delight card is light. It's nearly white or really bright yellow or light color yellow, and then colors of yellow, orange, and red, and a little bit of pink. So it's a complete contrast in the imagery, and also a complete contrast in the frequency that both of these cards are bringing forward. So even in the midst of this transition, you have the ability to tap into your own frequency of delight, your own feelings of intense joy and happiness. And that is what this message is saying. You can tap into your feelings of pleasure, of joy, of happiness while going through this transition. Delight, the word itself, literally means from the light. And so light itself has a quantum attribute. It's an energy that can be created through the consciousness, through our consciousness, and consciousness can create it in return. Light influences our awareness, it influences our perception, and of course, that means it influences our reality. So during this transition, you are really being guided to not look at the transition, not look at it in the past, not look at what's leaving, but to really shift your focus, shift your attention, shift your energy toward what will propel you, what will push you into the new experience, will push you into joy, bliss, happiness, peace. And interesting enough, or not interesting, but also what came out was the death card. So again, it's just a reiteration that there is a transition that's happening, something transformative, and a change you are experiencing. And that change I'm feeling is has to do, or it could have to do with you finding self-satisfaction, you being in a place, you getting to a place where you have reached, or you are able to reach satisfaction within yourself, that your outer experiences, the outer experiences, your outer circumstances will not affect your sense of satisfaction. You will have reached, or you are reaching this level of achievement, maybe even deep affection for yourself. We've been talking about over the last couple of days here, you being whole in ways to come into a state of wholeness. And so even though you are experiencing this transition, you have the ability to still maintain and or reestablish your sense of wholeness. And this also comes together with this lover's card here, being in union. So this could have something to do, this transition could have something to do with you moving toward union with a counterpart, with a divine counterpart. But I really want to stress the fact that you can come into union with self even with this lover's card. This lover's card does not necessarily have to mean a romantic partner, but you could be that divine romantic partner. You could be um, aligning or aligning your two aspects, your masculine and your feminine aspect, and coming into the union in that form, which of course does create a frequency for you to attract a union with a partner. But I'm not really feeling that here with this card. So ride this transition is what I'm hearing. Ride the transition. Ride this transition like a wave, right? Because it is something that you are experiencing within, although you may be seeing it reflected in your external environment. This is a transition and that is happening within you. So ride this transition. Focus yourself, intentionally focus your energy and come into union so that you can remain in a state of wholeness. And that is going to, of course, affect everything in your environment. So that is your message this morning. I hope that these words and this message resonated with you. If it did, please drop a comment in the comment section. It is very helpful for me to know that these messages landed, and I also love to know who I am receiving messages for. Also, if this message connected with you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you would like to work with me directly, I help spiritual practitioners on YouTube turn their gifts into a profitable business through my Spiritual Accelerators group, and you can access that community in the first link in the description box. If you would like to talk with me directly, work with me directly, or have questions about the Spiritual Accelerators group, you can schedule a call with me, and you can select that second link in the description box. It will allow you to schedule a one-on-one call with me. If you want to join a free community of spiritual practitioners and entrepreneurs, you can select the third third link in the description box that will take you to our free spiritual entrepreneurs community. And lastly, there is, or will be, I believe, a free resource tool, which will be the fourth link in the description box. So if you are wanting free resources, I do provide those for most of the videos. Just about every video that I've recorded this week, there's a free resource in the description box. Information on the messages, the frequencies, and or images that are on the thumbnail. If you have reached this portion of the message and you are still listening to my voice, then you are extremely unique, because I am unique and I am a reflection of you as you are a reflection of me. So count yourself as a cool ass person, because you found your way and or were guided right here to my spot. And I'm truly thankful that you are here. And so with that said, I hope to talk to you next time. Peace.